I never imagined that darkness could hold such terror. It engulfs the world like a suffocating blanket, twisting reality and threatening our very existence. I am John, a father burdened with the responsibility of protecting my young daughter Sarah in this bleak and frightening landscape. The year is 2030, and humanity finds itself in the grip of a malevolent force. It started like any other day. The sun rose, but its light was muted, casting an eerie glow across the desolate streets. We ventured outside, our eyes tightly blindfolded, knowing that a mere glimpse of the outside world could mean our demise. The air felt thick with an unspoken fear, a tangible presence that clung to us like a specter. Sarah clung to my hand, her small fingers trembling against mine. Her trust in me was both heartening and overwhelming. I couldn't let her down. We had to survive this nightmare together. As we navigated the once familiar streets, I felt a chill run down my spine, a sensation that never left me in this world devoid of light. Every sound became magnified in the absence of sight. The rustling of leaves, the distant echoes of footsteps, even the gentle whispers of the wind assumed sinister undertones. I strained my ears, searching for any sign of danger. Sarah's little bird, Birdy, chirped restlessly in her makeshift shoebox, as if it sensed the presence of something beyond our comprehension. We cautiously made our way towards the remnants of what used to be a bustling town square. It was now a ghostly tableau frozen in time. Abandoned vehicles stood as silent witnesses to the chaos that had unfolded. The remnants of torn blindfolds fluttered like spectral apparitions, remnants of those who had failed to heed the warnings. As we ventured deeper into the heart of the town square, a chilling silence enveloped us. It was the kind of silence that made your heart race. The absence of life so profound that it became an entity in itself. Sarah clutched my hand tighter, her breath quickening in my ear. I reassured her, though deep down, my own fears gnawed at me. Suddenly, a whisper slithered through the air, carrying a haunting melody that sent shivers down my spine. It was an indiscernible voice, barely audible, yet laced with menace. My heart raced, and beads of sweat formed on my brow. Was I going mad? Or was this the work of some unseen force, taunting us in our vulnerability? Sarah's grip tightened even further as the whispers grew louder. Panic welled up within me, threatening to consume my sanity. I fought to keep my voice steady, to protect my daughter from the fear that threatened to engulf us. But how could I protect her from an enemy I couldn't see, from a darkness that defied comprehension? Birdy, sensing our unease, fluttered its wings frantically in the shoebox. It was as if the creature, with its limited sight, could perceive the encroaching danger better than we could. I wondered if we were merely pawns in some sinister game, manipulated by forces beyond our understanding. My instinct screamed at me to flee, to escape the clutches of the whispers that grew more insistent with each passing moment. But where could we run? The darkness had consumed everything, leaving us trapped in a realm of perpetual dread. Finally, unable to bear the weight of the whispers any longer, I made a decision. Gripping Sarah's hand, I steered us away from the haunting voices, our blindfolded footsteps echoing in the empty square. We retreated, leaving the whispers behind. Yet their haunting melody clung to us like a curse. The whispers continued to haunt my dreams, their haunting melody echoing in my mind. I knew we had to keep moving, to find safety in this twisted world. Sarah's trust in me pushed me forward, driving me to protect her from the unfathomable horrors that lurked in the shadows. We had to stay vigilant, for danger lurked around every corner. As we ventured further, we encountered a small group of survivors who had managed to adapt to this new reality. Their faces were etched with weariness and despair, yet a glimmer of hope remained in their eyes. We joined them, seeking strength in numbers and a sanctuary from the encroaching darkness. In this fragile community, each day was a battle for survival. We learned to communicate through whispers, to move with the utmost caution. The slightest sound could betray our presence to the creatures that hunted us. They were drawn to noise, to fear. And we, the few remaining humans, became adept at suppressing our terror, at smothering our screams. But amidst the camaraderie, a sense of unease lingered. Whispers spread like wildfire, rumors of desperate measures taken to ensure survival. The Lost Ones, they were called, a group that had embraced the darkness in a twisted attempt to protect themselves. They had forsaken compassion, seeing it as weakness, and had resorted to sacrificing those they deemed expendable. I wrestled with the choice of staying with this morally compromised group or forging our own path. Sarah's innocence demanded a better future, one free from the stain of such cruelty. So, with heavy hearts, we bid farewell to the community, knowing that danger awaited us in the unknown. We pressed on, our blindfolded journey a testament to our resilience. Each step was a leap of faith, an act of defiance against the sinister forces that sought to extinguish our lives. Sarah's little bird, Birdy, served as our guiding light, its agitated movements warning us of impending danger. One day, as we traversed a desolate forest, the air grew heavy with a foreboding presence. Birdy's frantic fluttering echoed in the silence, a clear sign that we were no longer alone. Fear coiled in my chest, and I gripped Sarah's hand tightly, praying for strength. Suddenly, a low growl reverberated through the trees, chilling me to the bone. The creatures were near, their presence lurking in the darkened recesses of the forest. Our hearts pounded in unison as we inched forward, our senses heightened to the breaking point. It felt as though time stood still as we tiptoed through the forest, our every movement amplified in the suffocating silence. The oppressive weight of the unseen foe bore down on us, threatening to consume our resolve. The air grew colder, a tangible sign of the malevolence that surrounded us. Then a twig snapped underfoot, the sound ricocheting through the stillness. Panic surged through my veins, my mind racing to find a way out. But it was too late. The creatures, attracted by the noise, descended upon us with a fury I could scarcely comprehend. Their presence was terrifying even though we couldn't see them. Their presence was felt in the bone-chilling gusts of wind, in the whispers that taunted our every step. They were merciless, relentless, striking with a speed and precision that defied logic. I fought desperately to protect Sarah, to shield her from the horrors that surrounded us. But in that moment, the unthinkable happened. A piercing screech filled the air, and Sarah's hand slipped from mine. I turned, my heart seizing in my chest. She was gone. The creatures had taken her, and I was left alone in the suffocating darkness. My screams echoed through the forest, the sound carrying the weight of my despair. I fell to my knees, my vision clouded by tears, knowing that I had failed in my most important duty. Sarah, my precious daughter, was lost to me, consumed by the very darkness that had taken hold of our world. The loss of Sarah hung heavy in the air, an indescribable void that threatened to consume me. But I couldn't succumb to despair. I had made a promise to protect her, and even in death, I would honor that promise. I wiped away my tears, steeling myself against the encroaching darkness. I ventured forward, alone and haunted by memories of Sarah's laughter, her innocent smile. The forest whispered secrets I couldn't comprehend, its dense foliage hiding untold dangers. Every step felt like a betrayal, a reminder of my failure as a father. Days turned into nights, a never-ending cycle of blindfolded solitude. The world had become a labyrinth of terror, and I was trapped within its claustrophobic confines. Yet a flicker of determination burned within me. I would uncover the truth behind this phenomenon, the malevolence that had claimed my daughter. In my darkest moments, I clutched Birdy's shoebox close to my heart. It was the last connection to Sarah, a fragile thread linking me to her memory. Birdy's agitated movements, once a warning, had become a constant reminder of what I had lost. Yet, I drew strength from it, reminding myself to persevere, to keep fighting. As I journeyed deeper into the heart of darkness, a revelation struck me like lightning. The creatures, the whispers, they were not the true enemy. They were merely manifestations of a far more ancient and malevolent force. A force that had been manipulating our world since time immemorial. I sought refuge in a dilapidated library, a sanctuary of forgotten knowledge. Dust-covered shelves stretched into the distance, their secrets waiting to be unearthed. I knew that within these forgotten tomes lay the answers I sought. I carefully navigated the rows, my fingers tracing the spines of long-forgotten books. One book, seemingly untouched by time, caught my attention. Its leather-bound cover emitted an otherworldly aura. With trembling hands, I opened it, the pages crackling with anticipation. The words that greeted me were a labyrinth of ancient languages and cryptic symbols, but their meaning was clear. I pored over the pages, piecing together a chilling truth. The phenomenon that had robbed us of our sight was the work of an ancient entity, a malevolent force that thrived on chaos and despair. It reveled in the torment of humanity, manipulating our fears to feed its insatiable hunger. The truth hit me like a physical blow. Our journey, my journey, was not merely about survival. It was about understanding, about unraveling the sinister web that had ensnared us all. My purpose crystallized in that moment. I would confront this entity, expose its wickedness, and seek justice for Sarah and all those lost to its darkness. With newfound determination, I closed the ancient tome, its secrets etched into my soul. The path ahead was treacherous, the odds stacked against me. But I would not falter. I would honor Sarah's memory, a beacon of light in a world shrouded in darkness. Armed with the knowledge I had acquired, I set forth once more, my heart aflame with a resolve that refused to be extinguished. The creatures may have taken my daughter, but they would not take my spirit. I would pierce the veil of this enigma and confront the entity that had shattered our lives. As I ventured into the unknown, a single thought echoed in my mind. I would find the entity, expose its true nature, and in doing so, find closure for the agonizing loss that had befallen me.